In a quiet neighborhood in Bridgewater, behind a hidden driveway, is an unassuming house. Inside that house lives a man who has dedicated his life to the pursuit of the unknown. Joseph DeAndrade, who once graced the covers of magazines and newspapers across New England, sits at his desk fielding phone calls from people like me who want to hear his story. The story of how he saw a Sasquatch creature deep in the Hockomock Swamp. In his office, surrounded by memorabilia collected throughout the years, laminated pages of paperwork from his organization, and framed magazine covers of him, Joseph is still actively recruiting for his patrols. Even at 70, he walks the route through the woods, hoping to catch a glimpse of what he saw, to catch a sight, again, of what he said was a Bigfoot creature. Sharing stories with me as he watches footage of himself from years ago, he tells me of expedition members who have fallen off over the years, from age or through disinterest, good friends who've dropped out, not having the passion he has for the creature, and all of the strange occurrences within the Bridgewater Triangle. Intersecting Portuguese sayings as he tells me anecdotes, he discloses how he almost gave up on foot patrols due to the backlash of mocking and misunderstandings. One of the forerunners of sightings in the New England area, Joseph DeAndrade brought his story to the public long before there were groups and forums to share with other like-minded individuals, as there are today. In the winter of 1978, he was exploring the claybank section of the swamp when he saw what he described as a tall, furry, man-like creature. Here is his story as he tells it.
Now, the area I'm talking about is called Claybanks 2. There is a Claybanks 1 and Claybanks 2. That's two ponds in the same wooded area. Now, I've gone in there a couple of times when I was a kid, you know, I used to go fishing there and everything, went once with my mother and said, I never sensed anything strange there. Well, anyway, getting back to that day, all right, me and this other guy decided to take a walk over there, look for footprints. What the heck, we had nothing better to do. Wow, I'm telling you something, my friend, I'm glad I went. I was studying photography at night at a technical school, and I was trying to decide on the camera, so I didn't have one at the time. And we walked halfway around the pond, and then we went back again. Now, I did find an impression somewheres, like a big bear had sat there, but no footprints. That's weird. Where the heck did this impression come from? And then there was a little chipmunk in the ice, it's as if something put it inside it with a jaw chew. All right, so we left. We went back where we started from. My hands and feet were cold, and our backs were facing the pond. We're looking at the woods. We just warming up our hand. All of a sudden, something in my mind said to me, "Turn around." And I said, "Why?" And it said, "Turn around and you will see." And I said, "Turn around." So I said to myself, "All right, I'll turn around." Sure enough. And I said, you know, I'm a man of God, you know, I mean, I have no reason to lie, you know, I mean, I don't, you know, like people that lie about stuff like that. But I know darn well what I saw that day. And what my eyes saw, I shall never forget, it was what they claimed, what some people say is Sasquatch. That's what it looked like to me. You know, I mean, one time I said on WRKO that it looked like a bear or something like that, but it didn't really look like a bear. I wish I hadn't said that, because it had tall, long, dark brown hair all over its body in it, but it stood upright. You know, so maybe it looked similar to a bear. All I know is it looked a lot like, you know, Sasquatch from the back. All right, so I was in shock. I kept looking at it, like, what the heck? This thing's for real, you know?
Foregoing a personal life for his passion in the unknown, he essentially put his life on hold to prove to the world and the naysayers what he saw in the woods that day. Taking to the forest now with Joseph almost 50 years later, watching him examine broken down tree branches and walking the same path he took back when he first saw the creature, the passion in him is still alive. Describing the sightings and why it could not have been a bear or a hunter as people have tried to explain away his experiences with. Seeing the construction happening along the path and the benches being installed by the city, it seems like only a matter of time before whatever once lived in this area will be gone forever due to the uprooting of its habitat, and along with it, the proof Joseph still seeks to validate his lifelong search. Joseph showed up this year at Cryptidfest and was almost immediately surrounded by people wanting to talk to him, take a picture with him, and hear his stories. He is to us in the area the godfather of Bigfoot sightings in the Bridgewater Triangle, and has paved the way for a new generation of seekers hoping to follow the path he took that day in the woods, to have our own glimpse of the creature that he once saw.